Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with attorney Brian Lerner. In this particular episode, I'd like to talk a bit about jurisdiction. It's not the funnest subject in the world, but if you have a probate matter, if you have a matter that needs to get into court, and there's not jurisdiction, they will kick you out. It'll be dismissed, and everything that you have thought you were going to do will be for nothing. So let's start off with the fact that the Superior Court is the one that has jurisdiction over probate matters in California. Okay, and generally, it does depend what county you're in, but there normally is a probate court specified, which is a superior court, but the probate court will hear all other matters in regards to this. So there's different items that need to be met in order to show there's jurisdiction. One is proof of jurisdictional facts. Okay, this may seem obvious, but you have to prove the decedent died. Okay, so of course there needs to be the death certificate, and believe it or not, there have been cases where they've gone through the whole probate proceedings, everything's been distributed, and voila, the person shows up alive. Okay, there are cases where after 5 years, if the person has disappeared and they can't be found, that you can begin probate proceedings, but you do have to show in California that the person has died, or again after 5 years, that there's sufficient facts to show you were dead, that the property or the items that are going to be in question and be distributed, something needs to reside in California, and that the constitutional due process requirements are met, which means that you have to show that there's been notice of the probate proceedings, that it's been properly published, so that, at the end of the day, somebody who owns something or who had a claim to something can't say, oh, I never had notice, I never knew that the probate proceeding was going forward. Therefore, in situations like that, they can set aside everything. So jurisdiction does have to have those few items in there. Okay. Now, another item is that the decedent had to have been domiciled in the U.S. at the time of death. Okay. So all kinds of issues as to what is domicile, what's not. I mean, that doesn't mean that a person can't take a vacation to France, and then if they die while on vacation, you can't do a probate in California, because the domicile is essentially where they intended and where their permanent residence was, even if it turns out that they are not in the state at the time that they died. And again, there needs to be proper notice given of the proceedings themselves. So the probate court itself can handle various matters such as probate, trust, disputes, anything that essentially, when you have an estate plan, the probate court can make rulings on anything involved with the estate. It doesn't have to be a probate proceeding itself that is open, which means that, let's say that you want to make a motion to modify a living trust. Okay, obviously that's not a probate proceeding per se, because you're not opening up a probate, but certainly the judge of the probate court has the authority to rule on whether or not the trust can be modified or not. Okay, so while again this is sometimes an issue that's a little bit difficult to determine whether or not you can get into court. If you have questions, go ahead and give me a call. I do have free consultations both in my LA and my Long Beach office. And if you like the video, click subscribe, click like, and we'll do more videos on in the coming weeks. Okay, thank you.